First of all, welcome back, GMB Nation. My dude, I've been trying to figure out what was the legend behind this story of this character to always say, my leg, my leg, my leg. SpongeBob My Leg episode was legit amazing. Okay, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. How long is this video? Alright, yeah, perfect.
One of the most recent SpongeBob episodes centered on the background character Fred, who you probably know as screaming, "My leg!" as a constant gag throughout the entire series. It's not often that we get an episode focusing on a background character, but this one tried something new, and it really paid off. The plot of My Leg is that Fred's leg finally heals up, and SpongeBob does whatever he can to keep it out of harm's way. So the episode starts off with a lot of various creative ways for Fred to get his leg hurt, which is basically giving any new viewers a chance to realize that this guy always has something happen to his leg. Surprisingly, the gag doesn't really get old in the beginning when Fred is seen in all these different situations destroying his leg, since each way is legitimately interesting. There's even a blast from the past when we see him as a real fish on a plate, which really reminds me of some of those older episodes where the SpongeBob characters are shown as real-life figures.
My leg?
I should probably use something stronger. Yeah, probably.
So, after this little montage happens, SpongeBob himself enters the picture and realizes that Fred is constantly about to get his leg hurt again. Being the helpful sponge he normally is, he hurts himself so that Fred can keep his leg completely healed. Lots of different situations happen where Fred is almost getting his leg hurt, but then you can already see what happens next. Yeah. Although, one of the best parts is where he actually works. It involves saws that are definitely not safe in any way, and everyone at work recognizes him as My Leg Guy, not even his own name. Right away, you can probably tell that most of this episode isn't supposed to be taken too seriously, or at least have a heavy story like some other adventure episodes in the show. It's just Fred getting into some horrible situation with SpongeBob by his side, ready to take the injury so Fred can keep moving. This is undoubtedly more of a cartoony episode of the show, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes it's just nice to see a simple storyline. It also makes sense why the crew chose to do something not too complicated, because Fred is such a minor character, and it would be weird to see him having a big role for something other than his leg. Anyway, there is still a lot of good jokes throughout, and the crew is constantly giving new ways for Fred's leg to get hurt with SpongeBob nearby, so that was nice. And then we get to one of the episode's funniest moments, where they go to this healing guy who's obviously sketchy and doesn't know too much about anything, but he's part of the Illuminati, so that's interesting. Fred has to walk over some extremely hot rocks to apparently be peaceful and heal his leg entirely, but obviously that doesn't happen because SpongeBob has to save him. It's revealed that Fred actually likes getting his leg hurt, which is some surprising lore considering he's such a small character, but yeah, he wants to go back to the hospital because he likes the nurse, which leads to some more awesome scenes for the next part of the episode. In a legendary turn of events, SpongeBob starts getting Fred into situations where his leg would be injured because that's what he really wants. I need to point out how amazing it is that the Alaskan bullworm returns in one of these scenes. Seriously, it was such a small part of the episode, but seeing this big old guy in modern day is just awesome. He literally just hasn't appeared in any SpongeBob episode since Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm in 2001. It's nice to know that any character from the Golden Era has potential to return, and it just shows that the SpongeBob crew knows that people don't want to forget those earlier episodes. Anyway, I won't tell you what happens in the ending so you can see the amazing scene for yourself, but overall, this was a really nice SpongeBob episode. It wasn't perfect though, because there were times when the characters screaming, "My leg!" or "Your leg!" really wasn't necessary, but that doesn't make the rest of the episode worse. It felt like a classic that had a good amount of gags not involving Fred screaming about his leg, and my biggest advice would be not to take this episode too seriously. It's fun and fast-paced, even if the story is relatively simple. Give My Leg a watch if you haven't already, because it is one of the better post-sequel era episodes of SpongeBob. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and my leg!
My leg! My leg! On some Peter Griffin. Hey, but thank you guys for watching today's video. This is GMB Creates, aka GMBX. Make sure you follow me on Instagram right here. Watch me on Instagram, my Insta story. I stay active. I post daily on Insta story. Follow me at GMB Creates, aka GMBX. This is your host, GMB Creates. Like, comment, subscribe. GMB out. Bruh. First of all, welcome back, GMB Nation. My dude, I've been trying to figure out what was the legend behind this story of this character to always say, my leg, my leg, my leg. SpongeBob My Leg episode was legit amazing. Okay, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. How long is this video? Welcome back, GMB Nation. This is your host, GMB Craze, aka GMB Reacts, and today we're gonna be reacting to top 12 strongest Leaf Genin in Boruto generation. I already know, hands down, one of the strongest characters in Boruto is Boruto. Outside of that, I would say most definitely strongest out of all the Genin, gotta be Mitsuki. Like, he literally be holding back. Welcome back, GMB Nation. This is your host, GMB Craze, aka GMB Reaction. Today, we're going to be reacting to My Hero Academia Class A from number 10 to number 1. Top 10 strongest to weakest characters. Let's get it. Oh. Don't get me started. Word?